Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
The real Santa Claus.
Santa Claus, a blend of Norse mythology, folklore, and real historical figures. The jolly old man we all grew up seeing everywhere in movies, media, and advertisements. But how did such an obscure figure from mythology, an old man who sneaks down people's chimneys and is all-knowing, how did that become the most popular icon surrounding Christmas, dominating the focus of Christmas itself? The truth is much more disturbing than you might think. Today, we're pulling back the veil on how Coca-Cola hijacked Santa Claus, turning a Christian saint into a secular consumerist icon. But first, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. There was a time when Christmas meant one thing: not gifts, not shopping malls, not shoving your face full of Christmas cookies, and not Santa Claus. For centuries, Christmas was an annual reminder that God entered the world as a baby.
Dear Lord, baby Jesus, dear 8-pound, 6-ounce, newborn infant Jesus.
No workshop, no elves, no North Pole, just Jesus Christ. So let's get to the origins of Santa Claus. Santa Claus comes from Saint Nicholas, a 4th century Christian bishop who secretly gave gifts to honor God, usually depicted in holy robes, focusing on charity and faith in Jesus. The word Santa Claus actually comes from how the Dutch referred to Saint Nicholas.
Sinterklaas kapoentje, geef het in mijn schoentje, geef het in mijn laarsje, dank u Sinterklaasje.
They would refer to him as Sinterklaas. In the 1600s, Dutch settlers brought Sinterklaas to New Amsterdam, which later became New York. The first time the actual name Santa Claus appeared in America was in 1809 in New York City by known satirist Washington Irving. Irving deliberately removed Saint Nick from the church, turning him into a folk character. Now, Santa, no longer Saint Nick, is no longer Christian at all. Then, in 1823, the famous poem A Visit from Saint Nick introduced flying reindeer, chimney entry, and magical gift delivered. But still, no elves, no workshop, and no North Pole. One of the craziest facts is that before 1931, Santa Claus never had a distinct depiction or a consistent appearance. He was sometimes thin, sometimes elf-like, sometimes in green, brown, or tan robes. No one single Santa, which means what you picture in your head today as Santa Claus had to come from somewhere. So where did it come from? That's where Coca-Cola comes into the picture. In 1931, during the Great Depression, Coca-Cola had a problem. People unanimously thought Coca-Cola was a summertime drink. And during the winter, their sales plummeted every year. So that's when they did something that had never been done in the history of the world. They hired a famous illustrator at the time named Haddon Sundblom and launched the world-famous Santa Claus campaigns. Sundblom intentionally painted Santa as human-scaled, approachable. He modeled Santa on real people and not fantasy. And with these Santa campaigns, Coca-Cola did something unprecedented. They repeated the same Santa every single year for decades across continents. A level of visual consistency that has still never been matched. And here's where it gets dark. These Santa campaigns aren't marketed to adults. They were specifically aimed at children. And they actually marketed to something that is called childhood memory. And any psychologist will tell you that what you associate joy with in childhood will follow you for the rest of your life, aka Santa and Coca-Cola going hand in hand. Another sick part of the story is that The character of Santa sees everything, judges behavior, rewards obedience, and punishes disobedience. So instead of Jesus, Santa became the emotional and spiritual center of Christmas for basically every child in the world who celebrates Christmas to this day. During the Great Depression, Coke's warm Santa provided comfort from spiritual hope in Christ to worldly consumerism. Critics at the time noted this same problem, but Coca-Cola's power completely drowned them out. They achieved cultural dominance. One corporation standardized a tradition for profit, and profit they had. Billions upon billions of dollars in holiday sales, year-round brand loyalty, and their Santa became the Santa. Movies, decorations, parades, all copy that original design. An old man in a red suit with a white beard. So of course in 2025, Santa imagery outnumbers Christ imagery 10 to 1. And Coca-Cola, they became one of the wealthiest, most trusted brands to ever exist. Personally, as soon as I found out Santa wasn't real, I thought it was completely weird why families would lie to their children and tell them that this weird old man exists when he doesn't at all. And I think it just completely breeds distrust between kids and parents. Whether you're Christian or not, it's pretty outstanding that one company was able to change the way the world views a holiday forever. But I want to know what you guys think. Did this story completely blow your mind? Did you know any of this before? Let me know in the comments down below. Drop a like on the video if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel because we got a lot more videos like this coming your way. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace!